the three main risks with Medicare Advantage plans. This will be a two-part series. My next one will be the three main rewards for a Medicare Advantage plan. So make sure you watch both videos. Hi, I'm Chris Prang, the Medicare analyst, licensed insurance agent based out of Charlottesville, Virginia, and licensed in other states as well, which you will see at the end of this video. My goal is pretty simple. It is to help you make a wise and confident decision about all of your Medicare choices. If today is your birthday, then happy birthday to you. Maurice Chevalier said, "Old age isn't so bad when you consider the alternative." So let's get into it. Let's look at the three main risks or challenges with Medicare Advantage plans in the event that you have one or you are considering one. The number one risk is out-of-pocket costs. This is also known as your financial risk exposure. What are you potentially on the hook for financially above and beyond any potential premium that you may have on your Medicare Advantage plan? So when you have a Medicare Advantage plan, you're going to have co-pays and co-insurance on just about everything. Are there plans in certain parts of the country that have very limited co-pays and co-insurance and low maximum out-of-pockets? Absolutely, but that is not the case in most places. All Medicare Advantage plans do offer what's called a maximum out-of-pocket, something that Original Medicare does not offer. If you only have Original Medicare and no secondary insurance whatsoever, there is no cap on what can come out of your pocket. Whereas Medicare Advantage plan does offer a maximum out-of-pocket on all Medicare Advantage plans. That is your financial protection that you have when you're on a Medicare Advantage plan. These maximum out-of-pockets can range anywhere from the low thousands to over $10,000 depending on the plan that you're in. So let's take a look at what CMS says about maximum out-of-pocket limits. So every year CMS adjusts what the maximum out-of-pockets can potentially be. And so from last year, for 2023, the current year that we are in, we are at $8,300. That's kind of their limit for in-network maximum out-of-pocket. Can it be less than that? Yes. Can it be more? No. If it goes out of network, yes, it can be more. But you are protected with a maximum out-of-pocket. The number two risk is prior authorizations, benefit limits, exclusions, and denials. So prior authorizations, when you need approval from the insurance company before a doctor or hospital can do a certain procedure, that's a prior authorization, is more prevalent on a Medicare Advantage plan than Original Medicare. But don't think that Original Medicare doesn't have prior authorizations. It certainly does. They're just not as prevalent. So you need to understand that you will likely incur them at some point in time. You may not even know about it because the doctor is handling it. And what is also important, despite what people lead you to believe, 95% of prior authorizations are approved. So that is good news. Medicare Advantage plans can limit coverage. I especially see this when it comes to skilled nursing. So skilled nursing is when you're in rehab for 3 days, 3 weeks, up to 3 months, and you may be there. The nursing home or the skilled nursing center may say you still need to be there. Your doctor says you need to be there, but you get a notification from the insurance company saying, no, we're not going to cover you anymore. And so you have to appeal that, or the skilled nursing center or the doctor has to appeal that. So I do see that come up. On Original Medicare, you're probably not going to have that problem as much. So you can see my video in comparing customer satisfaction between Medicare Advantage and Medicare Supplements, where I dive a little bit deeper into this. The number three risk with Medicare Advantage plans are provider networks. So all Medicare Advantage plans have networks. Original Medicare does not have any networks. As a matter of fact, 97% plus or minus providers accept what's called Medicare assignment, meaning they are agreeing to what Medicare is going to pay them and they can't charge you anymore. Whereas with Medicare Advantage, all the plans are going to have networks unless you're in a private fee-for-service. It may or may not have a network. But most Medicare Advantage plans these days are either HMOs or PPOs. So with an HMO, a health maintenance or a health management organization, you have to use providers that are in the plan's network unless it's emergency or urgent care. There are some HMOs that will let you go out of network, potentially for a higher fee, but that is not the case in most. So with an HMO, you are locked in. So you got to make sure if you're on an HMO that you are happy with the providers that are in the network. If you're on an HMO and you need to go out of network to like a specialty hospital or a specialist that is not a network, then you are going to have to pay the full cost. So you need to be aware of that. Then we have a PPO, that's a preferred provider organization. So you have a bunch of doctors in network and you're going to have some that are out of network. Most PPOs, you get a preferred rate if you go in network, and you're going to pay a higher rate if you go out of network, meaning the co-payments are going to be higher, the maximum out of pocket could be higher if you go out of network on a PPO. But a PPO is more flexible because it gives you the ability to go out of network. Some PPOs are what are called passive plans or passive networks, meaning there are doctors in, there are doctors out. But if you go to an out-of-network doctor, you pay the same price as the in-network doctor that you would pay. So the insurance company is potentially more on the hook for that than you are. Also very important with provider networks is that the providers can leave the plan's network at any time. So when you get a Medicare Advantage plan, you get it for a calendar year, January 1st to December 31st. They can't change the plan. But providers can leave in the middle of the year. So if you choose a plan where a provider is in the network or a big hospital group is in the network, when you pick it and all of a sudden it's the middle of the year and that hospital group or that doctor drops out of the network, if you're in an HMO, you're going to have some real challenges there. And if you're a PPO and you keep going, you're going to end up potentially paying more. So you need to be aware of that. That is something I personally think that Congress, Medicare should delve into because it is not protecting Medicare beneficiaries. I don't have a problem with providers wanting to leave a plan's network because they disagree with the way the plan's working and with their payment and everything like that. But when somebody picks a plan that they're locked in for a calendar year, then they should have access to those providers in network for the calendar year as well. Also very important in provider networks, when you're looking at a Medicare Advantage plan, what you want to do is you want to pick a plan that has the largest, most flexible, stable network that you can find. And that's where I help you out because I'm pretty aware of most of these plans. I know which ones have large networks. Usually if you go with one of the big Medicare Advantage companies, they're going to have a large network all the way across the country. So that's ideally what you want to go with when you're picking a Medicare Advantage plan. So that's it for today. Those are the 3 risks of Medicare Advantage plans: your out-of-pocket costs, prior authorizations, and dealing with provider network. If you have questions, if you need help, please reach out to me. Go to my website. On there, you will see lots of information regarding Medicare and other retirement insurance, as well as a couple contact pages where you can connect with me. The states that I'm licensed in: Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Tennessee, and now Texas. How about that? So if you're watching from Texas and you need help, I am a licensed agent now in Texas as well, with more states coming soon. If you happen to live within an hour or so of the Charlottesville, Virginia area and you would like to meet in person, which is a great way to meet, then please reach out to me. We can probably work that out. Please remember to like, subscribe, and who do you know that could benefit from this information, and share it with them. I would greatly appreciate it. So that's it for today. I'm Chris Prang, the Medicare analyst. Make it a great day.